Raha Mahmood, creative producer at Side Eye, and Sabrina Ali, writer, actor of Dugzi Days. Clap, 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 clap. So, Side Eye was founded in 2019 following Cade's Somali Week Festival. Side Eye is a British Somali... if you bear with me. Side Eye is a British Somali theatre collective comprising up-and-coming producers, directors, actors, writers, and developers. The collective aims to provide an outlet for sharing underrepresented stories while addressing the lack of roles for Somali and Muslim women in the industry. Side Eye's acclaimed play Dugzi Days is among four plays the group have developed with additional projects in the works. Their commitment to storytelling and addressing representation gaps for the Somali and Muslim women continues to inspire their creative endeavours. Achievements have included winning the BBC Writers' Room Popcorn Award and the Untapped Award 2023 for Dugzi Days. Clap, 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 clap.
So, how are you guys?
We're good.
Yeah.
We just finished the Dugzi Days run, so...
Oh my God, how are you feeling?
Good. I think we've been doing it for almost 2 years now.
Does it get really repetitive, having to do the same play over and over?
Yeah.
Me and Colton would fight.
I think for on that end, maybe as an actor, because you have different audiences.
Yeah.
It hit different.
Okay, it hits different.
It hits different.
But as a producer, there were times where I couldn't watch the show because I just saw it so many times.
Oh, you're just over it.
I was so over it. I just literally I was purposely not coming in because I just I can't hack it because it's the same thing again and again.
Yeah.
But there are nights where like if I take a bit of a break and I go back into it, it's just amazing. It's amazing, and the comedy as well.
Do you guys know all the lines off the top of your head?
I think I know some of them.
What's your favourite passage?
Yeah.
I'd say Yasmin's monologue. I think it's easier for me because I wrote it. So
you know the whole monologue.
I know everyone's monologue. So there was times in rehearsals where I'd be I'll get in so much trouble with the directors because why are you mouthing other people's lines? I'll be doing it in a way to be that's not the line. Say the line. That's not the line.
Oh, you're correcting.
Yeah, I'll be really cautious over everyone saying it, but I'll just do it naturally because I knew everyone's lines. So
to be fair, I do it for Rush Hour whenever I watch Rush Hour.
Yeah,
I can just mouth the lines.
You just mouth it. Yeah. You don't even realise you're doing it. It's all subconscious and stuff.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So you wrote part of Dugzi Days?
I wrote all of Dugzi Days.
She is the writer.
Sabrina, you're the brains behind the whole thing.
Yeah.
Has she recently got an award?
Yes,
I
got the BBC Popcorn Writing Award at Edinburgh, which is really cool.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. How did it feel? Sorry.
It felt good. I think as a writer, you always want to be recognised for your work and be validated to some extent. So to get that award and see how many plays were submitted that year and for them to say oh, you won the award, it's such a surreal feeling as well. And initially I wrote Dugzi Days for Somali Week Festival. It was for a scratch play and it was for a 2-day gig, right? And I never knew how big it would get. So to go up to Edinburgh and
Edinburgh Fringe is amazing.
Every theatre kid is the dream is to go. It's a rite of passage for every person.
Yeah, it is a rite of passage.
And you won an award.
Yeah, so it was cool to do that with the girls that I started with as well, and the other actors and obviously the producers and the directors and everyone being there and Edinburgh was a lot of highs and a lot of lows. It was stressful, but the fact that we can say we did that. So when we speak to other theatre people, we did a Fringe.
Don't worry about that.
That's like a boot camp.
We made it.
You guys did make it though. How did you guys get into acting?
So I got into acting, I think. That was always my main thing. I studied theatre studies in sixth form. So even in school, in secondary school, I wanted to be an actor ever since I was a kid. And my parents let me study it for sixth form, and then they were okay. The only way I was able to convince them was I'm gonna get an A in it. But university,
easy A.
They don't care about they just want to.
I was literally thinking, how did your dad get?
How did he think of it?
They were I was but think of it as a grade, and he was and I was okay, just do it. But when you get to university, you need to be serious.
You need to do medicine.
They were it's law, medicine, or engineering, and I was okay, I'm gonna do law. I'm gonna do law.
Oh my God.
And then I did law in university, and I almost I kind of let it go because I was also getting older, and I was doing a few auditions and stuff like that, and I was I still really enjoy acting. And then when I started to go to a lot of auditions and stuff like that, I went to acting summer classes and stuff. It was a 3-month course I was doing behind. I didn't tell my friends at the time in uni or my parents because
Well, you
that
were
I was
you were just doing it on the side.
Yeah, because I was
It's a
kind of like, I
passion.
wanted to do it, but at the same time, I feel like if I told anyone about it, it would have made it more real. And it's kind of like, but what are you going to do? Like, what next? And I was like, let
You
me
don't
just-
want that.
Yeah, so if you fail privately. And if you do well, then you'll let them know. So as I was doing that, I remember like I just had a bad experience during my second term where like my drama teacher at the time was like, we were talking about being typecasted and stuff like that, and, like for agents. And I was like, what if I don't want to do a role like that, like negatively portrays like me and things like that? And he was like, do you want to be an actor? And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, I have this friend. He's in America. He's South Asian. He's doing it big in Hollywood right now.
Is it Riz?
And it's him. No, not even Riz.
I love how you went there.
Every single role that
I
he's
know.
doing
Is
is
it
a
Dev?
terrorist. And he was like,
No
oh,
way.
guess what? He's doing big. And you know what? Eventually, Sabrina, he's going to stop being
Oh,
a terrorist.
stop it.
And he's going to pay.
No.
So he really want it. And I
Oh,
was like, oh
gosh.
my God.
No, I don't want to be a terrorist.
Yeah, I don't want to be a
Yeah,
terrorist.
I don't want to be cast as
He
a-
was like, play the game first.
He was
and
like,
then,
play the
Yeah.
game, and I had a lot of other black students in that class as well, and they all had the same concerns as me. He's like, I'm tired. I don't want to be top boy. I want to be this.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're gonna be top boy, whether you like it or not. Because they tell you have to play the game, and like when I was going to auditions and stuff, it was like, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is why my parents hated it. Like this is why my parents were so against it, because you're negatively portraying like, your community, and like it's how other Muslim girls are going to look at you as well and think, okay, like if our stories matter, these are the type of stories that do matter, and we're going to have to be like this. And it's also how other people who aren't Muslims, who have never interacted with Muslims, are going to look at us as well. So
annoying.
What roles are available to like
Oh my
Muslim
gosh.
black girls in the UK?
I feel like there's not many. I feel like it's got to a point where you just have to make it yourself. And, like,
You guys can be
get
the
what you want.
Quinters of this country.
Yeah.
literally, that's the whole reason why we
Inshallah.
got into like writing and like
producing and like directing. It's because
So
like
good.
there's just not many roles out there that's like not based on your identity and
Yeah.
not about like everyday living and like the drama of it all just from existing. And I feel like unfortunately being black, Muslim and a woman means it's political inherently. So it's them ones where it's like we're trying to like
The triple whammy. That's
yeah
what we call it.
and try and show other elements of us
personality
wise and just be normal
Without
because-
being like, I feel like the main typecast that we always get is like a Muslim girl struggling with her identity and
Yeah.
hijab. Muslim girl in love with like a white man.
They think
like I'm so
struggle
charred
is
out.
something that, like a lot of these people who write our stories, they have an idea of what they think our problems are, and I'm like, I kid you
9/11s.
not,
These are not our problem.
this is not my problem.
Oppression. I do not.
This
I
white
do
man
not
was
subscribe to
making
this.
me take off my hijab at 15 years old. Like we have regular problems, like
regular
teenage
problems, like friendship
Yeah,
breakups.
we're
Friendship
normal
break
people.
Literally,
Yeah.
guys.
We're literally going through the same
banter.
thing as like, okay, we're not Stacey from up the road, but there are like
Aspects of Stacey.
Yeah.
Some
There are
aspects.
similarities.
Yeah, like stuff like that, and it's unfortunate that that's the only bit that they're really interested in, like the sensationalist aspects of us.
Yeah.
So that's why like Sabrina and like there are so many other writers that are like up and coming in the UK. They're like trying to counteract that,
I love
you know.
that.
And I think that's what makes Dugzi Days so successful. It's because it's just a group of 4 girls just literally bantering, stuck in detention, and they just happen to be like Somali girls.
They
Do
just
you know
happen
what I
to
mean?
wear
But
the
also,
hijab,
I
yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
the way that you guys, I feel like a lot of the 4 characters, 4, right? The 4 personalities are often people I've seen in Muhammad.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Oh, no,
like,
I haven't seen it.
Like,
though.
Katul hasn't seen it, but I have.
Do you know what? I feel like every girl has seen it except me.
I
you'll
randomly
see it
saw it
soon,
with my
inshallah.
friend. She got me a ticket, and then I went with her. She was, I think you were away,
Yeah,
so
I
you
was
couldn't
like, I
come.
remember why.
But like the 4 girls, but it's like the generic 4 girls. You get the like really religious one that's like slightly judgy, but she's fun. But she wants
she
to like
also wants to be a
she wants to be
teenage
a
girl.
teenage girl,
Yeah.
and then like
Yeah.
you get the lit one. Like there's so many aspects, and it just when I was watching it, like me and my friend Faisal were like, oh my god, that's us.
Oh, you've been each girl at one
Like,
point in
at
your
one
life.
point,
I've been
yeah.
a Salma,
Definitely.
I've been a Hani, I've been a what's it called, Yasmin,
yeah.
Manira.
I think
Like-
we've all had that. Like everyone had that like really religious phrase.
Yeah.
Also, like everyone knows a class clown. do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You've all been there. At one
Yeah,
point in
and
your
we're
life.
all kind
loved
of like
it.
Yasmin's. I always say like every time we were like sitting down and do like the dramaturgy of it and like what characters what, I always say that Yasmin reminds me of those Somali girls that wear like the leather jackets and listen to Lil Durk.
Yeah, she's a little dark Somali for sure.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? She's one of those Somalis.
Yeah, for sure.
I just loved it, honestly. The one thing I was going to ask you guys was, what's like your dream show portraying Muslim girls in this country? Like, if you could make it up, similar to I've got mine in my head, and I want you guys to think about it. Like, what's a show that you would create for Muslim girls right now at this age?
What I would create, or like I
Yeah.
would love to.
You would love to do. Like, what's your dream show that you would love to create?
One that I'm currently doing at the moment, I think it's just like 4 girls, but set in like a secondary school, and like you just follow the daily lives of like the characters like Munira, Yasmin, and Hani.
Yeah,
and,
I love that. I would watch that. That's like right up my alley.
Like secondary school was like the funniest like time in my life.
Yeah.
And like when I was like speaking to like when I was going to general meetings and I was speaking to commissioners, I was like, okay, you guys love Dugzi days, but like imagine if you guys gave us an idea for like if you allow me to write something based on a secondary school, right?
Yeah.
And the girls that I met and like the trouble that we got up to, and like just was to be like a slap in the face to a lot of writers and stuff who write shows about us and think, oh my gosh, like this is what teenage Muslim girls are struggling with at the moment. It's like, well, actually not. Like, let us write our own stories. And
like they have no idea.
They have no idea.
So, really, do you know how refreshing it would be if you actually were able to write something like that and it get commissioned for a TV show? It would be insane. They wouldn't
so
even
funny.
know where this came from. Like they'd have no idea. It would be so different.
Yeah.
So good.
They're missing out, honestly.
They're missing out.
Yeah.
It's the people behind the
Somalis
scenes that
are
you
so
need.
funny as well.
I know.
Like, I'm so sorry, but we are actually comedians.
The most.
And like people at the moment, I feel like the rep is changing, especially from like the noughties. Everyone used to take the piss out of us, big foreheads, yeah. And now everyone, like being Somali is like fashion now. Like
100%.
I'm trending.
Yeah, it's like
So-
cool to be Somali.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out where that transition happened, because how do we turn from pirates to like
I know.
hotties
I
that
feel like Gen
everyone
Z helped a lot.
I think Gen Z
Z,
definitely
yeah.
helped. I feel like Twitter helped.
yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Yes.
Twitter.
Somalis on
Probably, like,
TikTok
Maya
telling
Drama and
stories.
Halima and them lot,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maya Jama definitely had.
I want to
TikTok as
know.
well, the story.
TikTok
Yeah, TikTok.
storytelling. Somalis
Oh
are
my
the
gosh, the TikTok
funniest.
story. Somalis are the funniest. We're natural storytellers.
Yeah.
Because
It's in our blood.
it's actually in our blood.
It's in our dig.
The way I watch sometimes TikTok storytellers of like Somali girls just talking about what happened to them on the way to the shop, and I'm like dying. And it's like this mundane, boring story, but it's like the way they describe it and the way they talk about the people they've met and like the adjectives, everything. I'm like, this is so funny. Like,
You know,
Somali girls are so
sometimes
good.
when people like speak Somali in a video, and I just feel like it's such a joy sometimes, because I'm like,
Yeah.
people don't understand how sick that word she used
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Like,
they don't
there's
get
one
it.
word, yeah, like this girl called Noel. Noel, you know who? Noel
I
is so
love
funny,
her.
yeah. So there's one word that me and Carlton say all the time. It's a swear word. I'm going to say it, but you know, whatever. It's called faksosat. In my life, I've never heard that word yet.
I've never heard that. My
But
first
you know,
time.
when she used it, I was like,
You know, Noel cursing is probably like one of my top 5 TikTok moments.
Noel cursing out Somalis. I'm on TikTok live sometimes and I'm literally have tears in my eyes because if you've ever been read by Noel, I'm so sorry.
Wallahi, you're ended. It's like an old man speaking through a young woman's body.
Wait,
Noel's the YouTuber, right, that does stories.
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay, no, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen some
if
of her
she gives
videos
you a
that
read,
kills
I'm
me.
so sorry. Like,
yeah.
you've just been a
Your
zero.
life is over.
You might as well just go.
I'm sorry, but what does that word mean? But
I don't know.
I attach to it. I use it, and I don't even know what it
I
means.
don't know.
She's so
I'm
funny.
like,
one of our friends was
epic.
like,
Say it again.
Like fuck suds.
Fuck
Imagine
sauce,
your
yeah.
auntie saying that to you. Like, it just gives me
sauce.
trash. Like,
yeah.
you're off the street. But it's like like the verb, the way it was used. Like, I just feel like I just love when Somali speak Somali.
She's so
Sometimes
funny.
I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly, like Somalis were like the best at the West and the West at the same time, and it's just
Yeah.
a beautiful combo. Like, honestly.
We are
The
our
haters.
own
The
The
worst
best
enemies.
people are the worst
Yeah.
people you'll meet in your life. It's Somali
Well, they're
now.
the best people
I'm
you're gonna
telling
meet
you
as
now.
well.
Yeah.
Biggest trolls
There's
ever.
there's literally no in between. They're either the best people or the worst people you meet in your life.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. So how did you guys feel about having many sold out shows? How does that make you guys feel?
It feels good. It feels like it just shows us there's an audience that really want to see our stuff, and also it just makes life easier. Like when we want to, like, inshallah, like get in funding and things like that, and be like, guys, we've sold out every single time.
How can we help
And
you
it's-
guys? Because honestly, we want to see more shows.
I think
Showing
more
up.
stories. I want to see
Showing
stories
up.
of 30-year-olds. Just
How
saying.
can we show up when every time I try and buy a ticket, they're sold
It's
out?
sold out.
No, but you guys actually, it's just what our audiences are such a testament to the reason why we're doing so well. Like,
100%
the-
We
riders.
need bigger shows.
wallahi, we need bigger venues.
2,000
Bigger
plus.
venues.
Yeah.
Please, can we do
Inshallah
Hackney Empire? I
Because people are
beg.
like, wait,
Inshallah.
like, they're so shocked when they find out we're sold out. Like, a lot of the time when I have spoken to, like, when I'm doing general meetings with, like, producers and stuff like that, they're like, yeah, it's sold out. It's sold out. Like, how's it? And I'm like,
No, but I
yeah,
love that,
listen,
though.
like,
Yeah.
there's an
People-
audience for it. So if you give me a TV deal right now, I'm telling you right now, there's an audience for it. And like the way like a lot of people in the TV industry navigate, they're very much like they're scared of risks and
And they
I've
care about
spoken to-
ratings,
I've
isn't it?
spoken to a lot
Yeah.
of other black writers before, and we have the same issue. Like, alhamdulillah, like the 2 commissioners that I've dealt with, like, they understood. Like, one of the ones who like optioned Dugzi Days to put it into a TV show, her name's Tanya, and like she was a brand lady who understood the show, and she was like, I love shows like this. I need to see this on TV.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? How are we going to make this work? But then I've spoken to other commissioners before.
Do they think it's like too niche?
No, they're very much like, I'm just trying to understand what it is. And like,
we already have one.
We already have
similar
one,
to yours.
something
like,
similar.
like that.
What?
Like,
Listen,
they
I don't
mean
even
person of
watch
colour.
TV
They
like
mean
that
by
no
person-
more.
they mean
Oh, they
person
don't
of
mean
colour.
by the contents of
They
the
mean
show.
Yeah.
person of colour. And
Like it's as if
so-
there only has to be like one at a time.
No,
Or
that's
so, like if
ridiculous.
it's like I already have a show with like black girls in school, as if having another one is gonna like do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
gonna
even
have
know what
feel.
show that
But
is.
there's space for 2, 3, 4.
But they don't
like,
see it
They
like
don't see it that
that.
way, and it's crazy because when you see like Alan shows like
There's like 10.
of the same topic,
The same family
the
dynamic,
same family
sitcom.
dynamic.
They
same
just don't want
sitcom.
like primetime TV to be black.
I think they're also scared because I went to a comedy festival in Edinburgh and like they were talking about the statistics. A lot of people who watch the BBC, and a lot of it is predominantly like white British. So for them, they're kind of
Yeah.
like they're like, oh, we're kind of
cater.
we're cautious.
So when you say there's risk involved, it's our audience may
Viewership.
not.
yeah,
F with this.
But can I say, like, don't you feel like at the moment, like online platforms and online media is a better way to like create virality,
of course.
and then like for you to
100%.
like
Yeah.
commission others?
Yeah.
I honestly think technology is like has been the best. Like it's been democratic in terms of like people that wouldn't be able to have access to these spaces can now make their own work and get the views. And then unfortunately, they like big companies will jump on the wave and like hire them and stuff like that. But like I think that the internet is like the best things. Like even for you guys as well to be able to just talk and then upload and get your following. I think it's like one of the best ways. And I think something that we can definitely explore. Like I know that within Side Eye, we're talking about potentially doing like a web series.
I
Yeah.
really
or
think
something
so.
like
Oh
that.
my
A lot
god,
of
I
writers do
think
that as
so.
well. Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, I feel like you guys are like my little Quenta versions because like she started in BuzzFeed and like
Yeah.
I think she did like small little series like this and then one
Issa
day.
Rae also did like a web
She
series.
started
Female
yeah,
Girls
also
Black.
Girl.
Guys,
Ajani,
do a web series,
yeah.
please.
Or
Ajani
even
did
your
a web
own network.
series.
I know it's
Like
a big
you could
thing,
have like
but
5 episodes of, and like, you know, they could be like 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
I would love that.
and you
Ajani
can make
also
it
did that
private
as
as well, like to gain some
100%.
money.
Also, it's in some I don't know, I can't remember the title, but there's like a Somali I don't know if it's on YouTube, but like there's like a TV show that you can watch online, and it's like,
Yana? Not Yana.
not Ayanle, it's like another one,
I know.
and it gets like
You know,
1 million
Addo, it
views.
starts with A.
It's in Somali.
like
It
yeah,
starts
it gets
with
like
A.
2 million
haven't
I
seen
views.
loved it. I
Is it
loved
good?
it. I watched it
Views.
with my mum.
Yeah, I
every
watched
single-
bits of it. Like
So
it's so
good.
good.
That's the last Somali
The
thing I
first, the
watched was
debut
Gobio.
had like 1 million views, like within 48 hours.
W2 is a banger.
I know, but that's the last thing that I watched.
Do you
I
remember
don't
the
know.
other one? Calf, eo, caladeri.
I've never heard
I've
of
never
it.
heard of
There's
that.
like,
can bring us
oh,
on.
it's really bad acting. It's just like people in our mum's generation basically did a show, and it's like they're punching each other, but
Wait,
you
is
can
it
hear
the
the...
Hit the Road track?
Yeah, maybe. It might be of the same...
That's
W2.
W2.
No, it's
That's
W2, but there's newer ones.
Like obviously banged, sorry.
But
But that
anyway.
did so well, Raha. Like I remember it had like 1 million views. Like
2
after-
million views. Like,
Yeah.
like my mum watches. Like,
Are we guys talking
proper
about Kabir still?
No,
like,
that other show.
Yeah,
okay.
and like my mum watches like on YouTube. Like it's not like that. You can tell there's no money in it, but like it's on vibes.
views
But
are
like
racking.
I
But
literally
there's
see
so
it
many
and
people
I
that
see.
watch it
I'm
now.
like, oh, there's 200k. Wow, there's like 300k. People are hungry for it. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like Somalis really want to see Somalis on TV now.
Yeah, they
so.
do.
I'm tired.
Who have we
So-
seen? Which Somalis have we seen on TV?
Co-star's doing her thing.
Yeah.
Kawthar,
Kawthar,
yeah,
yeah.
Kawthar.
Oh, we saw that recent film that she was in. That was really good.
Yeah.
By what is it? What is that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mona.
what-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Warda,
That was
It's not
good.
a
our
lot.
director.
Any other Somalis?
I don't know. You know
Silence.
what? I'm not a film girly. I'll be honest. Actually, no, I am. But like,
There is. I can't think of.
but
the
I
name.
just
There's a
don't
guy.
know the niche films.
Have you
Wait,
guys watched Informer on Netflix with that Asian guy?
No.
So
that good?
there was a Somali guy. I think he's Somali. I'm not sure, but he had like a side part.
Oh,
but then he
God.
could be Eritrean. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell.
What's Informer about? Is it?
It's about an Asian guy who is basically, I don't know if he's like paid by police to snitch, and then he gets like really deep into it, and then he's
He
trying to
becomes
get
an
out of
informer.
it. Huh?
So he's a rat. Basically.
He's a rat, yeah. He's a rat.
He's a snitch.
He's,
Oh.
yeah. But it's on Netflix. Check it out.
Yeah.
I think there's a Somali guy in there.
Yeah.
But other than that, like,
There's
I
not
don't
a lot,
know.
and
There's
they're
not a lot.
obsessed. I feel like a lot of them they understand that Somalis are funny, and like with the way you guys talk about the internet, like a lot of black writers like look at theatre that way as well. For us, theatre
It's the
like,
way to
is
get
an
in.
avenue to get into the screen. Like
Right.
the only way I was able to get any of my screenwriting opportunities I have right now
Yeah.
is generally through theatre, and like it's because of the people behind.
Oh, wow.
When I was writing Dugzi days, like I didn't have to think about oh, would this producer like it, or would this person like it? It was for
just for
Somali
your friends,
Festival.
yeah.
The producers were Somali, they got it. We had a co-director as well. Everyone who was behind Dugzi Days got it.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to worry about how the audience is going to relate. So we had 99% Somali audiences. When we went to Edinburgh and like Royal Court, I think that was the first time for me as a writer and a performer where it was like, oh shit, like,
Yeah, I felt
because most of our
Whole new
audiences
demographic, yeah.
were middle-aged, old, like white people, and like because Dugzi Days is a comedy, there were some nights where like it was flat, as in like
They didn't get it.
they didn't get it, and like which is fine. Like as a comedy writer, like that's one thing you take on board. Like not everyone's gonna like your work because it's so specific.
Yeah.
But I think for us was like we kept pushing it because we knew, like, we believed in Dugzi Days and we knew it was going to do well, and it was like convincing everyone else that it was going to do well. And like once it started to gain attraction, everyone else was like, oh wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
There's a show going on right now.
There's been a little shift.
Let's-
It's got a
Very
bit of a
hip.
buzz. Yeah.
Like let's get a piece of that, or like let's try find out more about what's going
Can
on
I say
here.
something now? I feel like it's better to be niche in an environment where like the people that you're niching with, if that makes sense, really love your product,
Yeah.
than be so broad that
yeah.
like you leave everyone out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And also, like, there's so much power in having a core audience that will actually buy your stuff. 'Cause,
Exactly.
Like, I remember there was a social media girl, like, I can't remember her name, but she had like over 1 million followers, and then she tried to sell a t-shirt and no one bought it.
That's
Whereas,
sad.
like, if you imagine if you had like 200,000 core followers that will buy your stuff,
Look what
you could
Hani
easily make
did
so
as well
much
with her
money.
skincare line.
Yeah.
Same with
Yeah.
Hani, Dr. Hani,
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Like, you just, all you need is your community,
And
and they'll
that's it.
ride
They'll
out.
show
and that
out
should
for
be
you
enough.
Exactly.
regardless.
And obviously, like, the goal, everyone wants to like reach out and do more, but like once that happens, so long as you're like keeping your identity and your core like happy,
Yeah.
you can just like
Good.
branch out and do whatever. So yeah.
Literally. I used to always think to get into acting you had to go to Brit school.
Same.
No, yeah. I
And I just feel like Brit school's very
Brit
I was like they
school,
all
or
know
you get,
each other like
Sky
I
or
wanted to
something.
go
I don't know,
RADA.
you go to an audition
Yeah.
and you get the role.
Yeah.
But then to get to the audition, you have to go through Brit school. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now, alhamdulillah, like with side eye, we're trying, like, all our actors are like first timers or like have
Nice.
I
minimal
love
experience.
this.
So good
So,
though.
like,
That's incredible.
My co-producer Suhair and I, we basically did a production called Desperate Times, and our actor Najma, she's in her 30s. She's she never acted before.
I love that.
The last time she acted was like in primary school.
Just ask me and Colton
me
we
and
do
you,
this.
we're going to
You know me and
side-eye.
Colton we do
Yeah.
acting on the side.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we do. I don't know if you've seen our TikToks.
Oh,
Sign us up.
Sign us up. You know, we don't know how to
Honestly,
use our faces, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
Do you know what I mean? Honestly,
My memory's a
anyone
bit
can do
shit. I
it.
may not be able to learn my lines, but you know.
Sometimes we might laugh, but you know what can we
I'll
do?
show you.
Don't worry,
There's
we'll train
potential.
you. Do you know, we'll be a boot camp. We'll train you guys. Don't worry. Yeah, exactly.
I can cry.
I
on the
think
spot.
Colton's really
Can you
good.
actually?
I'm so
I think so.
sorry.
I can cry on the spot as well. I
Oh,
can't laugh.
say
As an actor, I
wallahi.
can't laugh. I struggle. I think my laugh is
Let's
silent.
let's test this
Yeah.
out.
But I can actually cry on the
No,
spot.
we're not testing this.
No, no,
out.
no,
Let's test it
no,
out.
no.
That'd be
My
really
eyes are going to be all
Because
bloodshot.
I'll actually start fully crying. I'm on my period at the moment.
Okay. Lose
I'll
your
like
face.
burst
Lose your
out.
face. Lose your
Wait,
face.
I need to ask you guys, what has been the feedback from the Somali, because obviously, you know, you're talking about having a core group. What's been the feedback from the Somali community and like other diverse Muslim people so far?
So many. I think so many.
so-
Sabrina, do you want to
they're
start?
so
So I feel like as an
supportive.
actor and a writer, people come up to you straight.
Yeah.
So
See
what is
Somali
it?
girls come up to me and like genuinely I think as much like
Fangirl.
having young Somali girls come up to me, I think we performed one night in Bristol Old Vic and it was full of like school kids and like them coming up after and like genuinely enjoying the show and getting a lot of the cultural references and like saying to their teachers like, oh my gosh, like Miss, do you get what she's trying to say? Like we know that story, you don't know that story. It's not for
You
for
don't
us.
know. It's
And
not
yeah.
for you. They're not like her.
They're not, it's not for you. And like
Oh,
17-year-old
Kendrick.
girls saying, we want to become an actress or I want to become a writer. Like for me, because I wrote Dugzi Days, because I'm 27 yet, like I wrote Dugzi Days for 17-year-old me because I wanted nothing more but just to act. Like that was my main passion. And then I realised when I got into acting that it's not, even if you go to Brit School, even if you go to RADA, the people who are writing your stories, like representation comes from the producers, to the directors, to the
Yeah, the
writers,
casting
to the commissioners,
researchers,
to
yeah.
the casting. Like everyone thinks it's like, okay, we have our representation here. It is like, no, the people behind the
Camera,
scenes
yeah.
have to be representative of like the community
Of
you're
course.
showing. So seeing girls come
It
up
needs to be
me-
authentic.
it needs to be authentic, and I'm like, I've done like for me, if 17-year-old girls or Somali girls were coming up to me and saying, Dugzi days is mid, I'm like, what have I done?
Yeah.
Like, that would kill me.
I need to go back to the drawing board.
You know Gen Z, wallahi. If you don't get Gen Z on board,
it's
you're
game
gone.
over.
we're
Finished.
condoms.
Yeah. There was like
They don't
3
rate you.
boys that were coming in and they were like, oh, I don't want to be here.
Yo,
Type of
they
energy.
were so mad.
And then they watched the show, and then when it was time for them to leave, they're like, no, we
They
want to
wanna
stay,
leave.
miss.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's what we were like, yes.
Do you know how important it is for young Somalis to see something like that?
So important.
It's like, I would never in a million years dream, like, would you remember when we were in school, Harder, and they'd have people come in and do shows for us?
I'm like, shut up.
Like,
I remember my drama teacher, honestly, she used to always like encourage everyone. I used to be like, no, sorry, I can't do it. Acting's haram. Can't do
Acting's
that.
haram,
They kill
But
you.
really, it's so sad because what is I feel like I think my own prejudice was the fact that I thought acting
Well, it's
was
what
like
you saw on the
because
screen,
of what we see
though.
sexualized.
I don't know,
on
like I
television.
was always seeing like women being sexualized.
Yeah.
So I just
There's
thought,
no
yeah,
space.
like there's no space for
That's what my
I don't
parents
think there was
thought.
storylines
Yeah.
other than like a love romantic.
Yeah.
But then this is why what you guys are creating is just needed and good. Like, I could never imagine anything like this when I was growing up. And I'm so glad like young Somali girls
We saw
see
theatre
that.
shows. Like when I studied theatre in college, I went to go see a theatre show almost every single week. And I kid you not, even seeing like a black person on stage or like a lot of time you're forced to like see yourself in characters that look nothing like you because you're able to do that because characters are like fictional, right?
Yeah.
But imagine like girls leaving Dugzi days and like I was in a changing room and they were like, oh my goodness, like you're such a Yasmin. No, oh my gosh, you're such a Salma. And I'm like, that's insane. Like
They're gonna start creating these little archetypes of you guys and being like, this one's my favorite.
That's
my
me.
fangirl, that's me.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna
I
have
love
little
that.
dolls and like merchandise of you guys soon.
Don't
You're like
kill
stuck on the
me.
car with your head bobbing.
That would be so
Yeah,
dope.
with like Yasmin with her little lip gloss,
Literally.
like,
Someone with a
so fun.
jilbab.
yeah. Someone.
No, guys,
honestly,
like, you have to keep going.
Because like, especially I got one message from my friend who watched like a dress rehearsal while we were at Royal Court, and she was like, "Oh, I'm actually from Sabrina's Ends." Like,
Shout out Gatton Mosque.
yeah, because she shouts like Gatton Mosques in the play.
Where's that?
It's in Tooting. That's like
Tooting.
Dugzi. That's like
okay.
Tooting days.
So yeah, she was like, I'm from Tooting. I went to the same like school as her. I've been going to Gatton Mosque, and like the references of Gatton Mosque is exactly the same of how she envisions it. She was like, it feels so good for my area, for my own masajid to get a shout out like that. And she's also creative, and that like really, she said that really motivated her to start writing. And you'll be surprised, like even though like I'm a producer, I'm in the back end, I still get people come up to me on road and be like, oh my god, Dugzi days, I saw you at the Q&A. And I'm like, yeah, I produced it. And they're like, oh my god, I love the show. And then everyone's coming up to me saying, Raha, I have an idea. Raha, you know I write now. And I'm like, I know.
You guys are inspiring.
I'm like,
the
keep me
girls.
employed, tell me. But yeah, it's just, it's so nice to
It's
see
rewarding.
people. It's rewarding. Like, I feel like there's going to be a whole new wave of like young Somali girls that are going to be
course.
writing, directing, producing.
course.
That's like our aim as well. So it's not just
nice.
us, inshallah.
The same with you guys as well. Like, I feel
100%.
like we're really like paving the way to show there's like
Yeah.
other avenues you can go into.
Yes, you too.
We're the
Wallahi,
dumbest
you
girls
too.
on the internet.
No. Oh my god. Wallahi, you two as well.
No, me and
It's so
we and
fun.
Harder are like the most. How do we describe ourselves? We just don't realise whatever
What our
impact
impact is.
other people think we're making. We're just like what?
Because I
No,
feel like
you
it's
are.
different with us.
You
I
guys
feel like
are.
with us, it's just
Because we're just in the studio by ourselves.
and I feel like it's our conversations and our visions and the things that we relate to about our lives and like the way we see the world.
Yeah.
So then when other people relate to it, I'm really surprised by it. I'm like, oh, okay, I love this.
Yeah,
Like,
you
you
guys
know,
did
but
a
like,
tour. I think you guys did like Amsterdam. You went to Amsterdam,
We
right?
did, yeah. We did a
so
show
nice.
in Amsterdam. It still doesn't feel real.
It feels so.
we need
that's so
therapy.
surreal.
We need therapy.
And I actually
Also,
we need therapy.
I'm pretty sure we just had a show.
Yeah,
or like a
and you guys
rehearsal,
will go to
and
this
you
the
guys
invisible
went to
string
Rich
theory.
Mix.
What?
Oh yeah, we
You
did
talked
Rich
about
Mix,
this, and we
then
were
you
coming out of
dated Rich
rehearsal.
Mix.
Oh no.
We were coming out of rehearsal and you guys had a show.
And it was
we just
Somali
saw
girls,
so many Somali
yeah.
girls all dressed up. I'm like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to your show, guys.
No.
I
It was so
didn't know
good.
that you guys.
Oh my god, you guys are there.
Under invisible string theory, like
It's so crazy.
literally
Ooh,
there.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But
I
you
love
be
that.
like that's the exact same thing with writing. Like when I was writing, I didn't I was like, if other girls happen to relate to it, then that's great.
Yeah.
And like what you just said right now is so important. And you guys are just talking about what you like talking about. You're having a conversation.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
think
But
about
there's
it too
so
hard.
many girls who were like who love hearing you talk about because they relate to it as
Yeah,
well. And
yeah.
like I feel like if you do something so authentically and like from the heart and like you're not worried about like I never ever want to I'm representing the community because I never ever put myself like, because I'm not,
Yeah.
because I'm so different, and like I've got my own journey, and like if you relate to it, you relate to it.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'm not the like. Please don't look
No,
at me.
exactly.
As,
That's
like,
what we say
that's
all
what we
the
say.
time.
That's just
Don't take our word for
Pinch of
gospel.
salt.
We always say pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Because we're like, boy,
These
like,
are just
they
our
put pressure on you,
viewpoints.
and as soon as I get pressure, I'm like,
Yeah.
don't put pressure on me in terms of like I'm not representing. This is,
No
if you relate
one.
to it, you
It's
relate
just
to it.
me.
If you don't, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like,
Please,
That's like
please
my
don't.
best pastime in life, honestly. I feel like I've changed. But like, I just enjoy simple things, like listen to a good podcast.
You're just a girl.
Whereas like,
Yes.
and I don't need to learn anything from you. I just need to listen, like enjoy it, and like,
yeah, I just want to listen.
and do you know what I mean? Laugh and like
Laugh.
interact and like
Have a good time.
have a little
doesn't have to
piece
be
of you. But
informative,
exactly, it
do you know
doesn't
what I
have to
mean?
be like me changing your life. I
Yeah,
don't need to
like, I don't
do
need
that.
some 7
to
steps.
educate you.
Like,
yeah.
get yourself out of depression podcast.
You know what I mean? We
Just
can't
need a bit
have-
of laugh.
I just want, I just want to
Yeah.
laugh.
But also, I think that's the best. I think that's my favorite podcast as well. Like just a group of friends having a chat.
That's how the diary room do so
Diary
well
room
as well.
Yeah.
Like
you
So
guys, do you know what I
relatable.
mean? Your colleagues as well. They're doing
Oh,
bits,
we
but
love
yeah, like
them.
stuff like that. Like also, obviously, your scenarios. I'll be there.
Are you
Like,
ready for one? Are you ready for a
No.
scenario now?
absolutely.
Are you guys goody? I got a
let's
juicy
do
one.
it.
I'm excited.
Okay, I'm gonna go easy on you guys. I promise. So our lovely friend said, "Please don't say it's me." Okay, I won't say it's you.
Was it one that's been sent in?
Yeah, there's like 4 that just
Ooh,
got
we're
sent in
getting
today,
it
back
inside.
to back.
Wow.
Sorry, our producer had one ready already. But this one seems like it applies. It applies to the room, okay? Because this all happens to all of us. She goes, "Hey girls, I just want to start with saying that I love your podcast. We love you too."
We love you.
She goes, "Thank you for being so honest and funny. I have a dilemma for you guys." She goes, "I hope you will discuss it and hopefully digest it." I said, "Okay." She goes, "I'm a Muslim girl that dated a guy for marriage. I really liked him and could see a future with him. He was respectful, he was religious, he was family orientated, funny, caring." Oh my God. And she goes, "We are from the same country and share the same culture values, which has been very important to me. However,"
Oh no.
she goes, "So he was exactly what I prayed for, but after 4 months, he just ghosted me with no explanation."
No.
She goes, "Now 4 months later, so it's been 8 months."
Wait, she married him?
No.
No.
Okay, no.
She was talking to him, they were ready to get married. He was the perfect guy.
Start from after 4 months.
So after 4 months, he just ghosted me with no explanation. Now, 4 months later, so altogether it's eight months.
Yeah.
He reached out again and apologized for how he handled stuff. He said a lot was going on at home with his family, a lot of pressure, and that made him stressed. Due to that, he was unable to fully focus on our relationship. He was afraid to tell me this so as to not lose me, he said. So now he's asking me if I want to give him another chance. I really don't know if I like him a lot. She goes, "I really don't know. I like him a lot, but at the time, I just felt really disrespected and hurt."
Oh my
my babes,
God.
bless
babe.
Wait, he ghosted her for 8 months or 4 months?
4 months.
4
4
months.
months.
And then-
months.
yeah, and then came
4
back.
months later, he came back. So altogether, that's 8
Yeah,
months,
8
no?
months.
8 months.
So wait, is that 8 months then?
Yeah.
Well, that's a long time, you know.
Guy, his communication skills.
That's a
are
whole year.
whack.
I'm
Wait,
so
8
sorry. A baby could have been born by then.
100%.
Let's
She
do
could have
that.
got married within that time.
Okay, 8 months.
She could
That
have
changes
She could
everything.
have completed her masters.
Literally.
Oh my
That
God,
is
she could have wrote a
crazy.
play. Like
Literally.
Sabrina.
Yeah, exactly.
She could have
been on
moved
tour.
abroad. Yeah.
She could have been in French.
Yeah. 8 months is a lot.
She could have been recruited
happens
in
if-
side-eye.
Yeah.
Literally by then, started working, produced, did
Right,
everything.
been on the stage, done a show.
They kill me.
Exactly. No, his communication skills is too much. It's worrying.
He's
Massive.
scaring me too.
Yes, that's
It's
terrifying.
giving red.
Yeah.
You
Red
couldn't,
flag.
if you can't text, "Hey, I'm going through like a stressful time. Like, oh, I need a bit of a break." Not even a break, but like
I'm not going to be on my phone.
I'm not gonna be on my
Yeah.
phone
Yes,
much.
but
or
8
I'm
months
not
is
gonna
a
see you as
madness.
much. Do you know what I mean? And give her a heads up. That's good communication skills.
Yeah.
But like to ghost and then pop back up and be like,
That's insane.
Like no
mad.
explanation,
Audacity
nothing.
as well.
yeah, run.
No,
Run.
I'm so sorry. If it was a month, I could like.
A month, I'm not going to. You know what? 2 months.
That's very nice.
No, that's
I don't
8
know.
weeks
No,
though. That's
yeah,
a whole 8
8
weeks.
Oh, wait, no.
8 weeks is a long time.
You can lose 10 kg in 8 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Do you know what I
true.
mean? You could be a
Facts.
whole different person.
You
I'd
could be a
forgotten.
new
I
me.
can do 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
No, but if you're chatting to me on a serious level,
yeah.
you have. I feel like communication is key because it's gonna be your
Depends what-
husband,
not gonna lie,
the
depends
future
what
of your
happened.
child,
It
like
depends
children,
what happened.
like your
If it's
dad.
like a huge,
your
like
dad.
if it's like a huge, like let's say, the severity of the situation. If it's like a huge thing has just happened in your family and like maybe I don't know, you have to move somewhere, you have to catch a plane, and you're like, I'm not entertaining anything right now. A month, fair enough. I'm so sorry. What could happen in 8 months? You're a new person. Your frontal lobe's developed. That's insane. Like. And also, I'm
okay.
out of sight, out of mind type of person. So within the 2 months, I've already forgotten. Wallahi, I moved on.
Who are
I'm
who
so
even is
sorry.
it? I'd look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
I'd look at that message from the guy. I think, who is this?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd be a bit confused by that
I'm not the
message.
same person as I am now as I was 8 months ago. I'm
Right?
a different person. So.
8 months.
I'd have to like recollect, like, oh, that's who you are.
Yeah.
I'd be like, safe. It's okay. Well, I've moved on.
It's okay. Do you know what's really bad about this whole situation is whatever he's going through, like Raha said, he could have just said, I need a bit of time
One
to
line
digest
text.
X,
It's
Y,
so
and Z.
easy to do that as
Do you
well.
know what I mean?
Doesn't even tell her what's happening too
No,
much.
like I'm gonna
Just be like, I'm not going to be talking as much, or like I'm not going to be on socials as much.
Right?
But I still care for you. Just letting
Yeah.
you know.
Just a little
And then
signpost.
and then she can get going, knowing that she has that on,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean. But then for 8 months and be like, I'm scared to lose you. I'm like,
Like
your
he's scapping.
actions.
His excuse. I think his excuse
You've
is
already
the
lost.
biggest
It's
thing.
gone.
She's
It's
gone.
evaporated now.
Wait, do you not think the excuse is good
I
enough?
think his excuse is the worst thing I've told in situation.
Yeah.
Like to be like, I didn't want to hurt you.
What kind? What?
First of all,
been
are
8
you me?
months.
Why are you speaking for me? Like,
It's like, it's been 8 months, I've healed.
I'm
It's
healed.
not nice.
She's
Like-
healed. That's how you know he's up.
I don't wanna hurt you.
evil.
She probably had her eat, pray, love moment.
Literally, she could have gone to
travelled
Bali,
around
come
the
back.
world. Do you know what? It's like those guys. It's like you know those guys that like come back after you've forgotten about them.
Yeah.
It's like something.
Satan.
It's like they sense that you've
You're
like
moving on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that you've
yeah,
forgotten
yeah.
about them. You don't really care about them anymore, and then all of a
Boom.
sudden, bing, message.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
And you've like moved on. You've healed. You've gone through the motions. You've cried it
true.
out.
Well, if I was her, I would have blocked him.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah.
I don't think I would even respond.
No, it's mad. Do you
No,
know why?
yeah, they were
Because-
talking about marriages. That's even worse.
Yeah, it sets the
Like,
tone.
stop. You were talking
Sabrina,
about marriage.
You're too nice.
This
Yeah.
sets the tone for what would happen in
That's
the marriage.
true.
100%.
My
Check
man
out.
one day is something's gonna go weird in
It's
his
even
life,
the early stages.
and he's gonna
No.
ghost. He's gonna walk out that door. He's not gonna come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, imagine you open your door. Hey, honey, bags are packed.
Bags are packed.
Yeah, I'm going to get milk. Say
He
this,
doesn't
buddy.
come back.
I'm
Yeah.
going to this, buddy.
Thing is, I can like accept that behavior with friends, but I can't accept that with like a spouse. Like,
Yeah, look at like
or
friends.
some-
I
a
accept
future past,
it.
like
Yeah,
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 someone
I
I'm
wouldn't be
dating.
triggered by friends.
I think I'll have I have such a high expectation. Someone
talk
I'm
about
gonna live my
marriage.
life with.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
insane.
It's someone that
Well,
you're,
I'm
you
sorry,
plan
I'm
to
a
spend
lover
the rest
girl
of your
and I
life with.
need, like, I'm a lover girl. I need attention. So 8
Oh,
months.
yeah, Raha's like that. Raha.
Like 8 months. You just left the night. You think
Yeah.
it's
Not
not
even
gonna work.
Hey babe, I'll go
Like,
crazy.
Also, it's how he thinks about her as well, by the
I'm
way.
moving on.
You know,
Next
he doesn't rate her.
He
'cause
doesn't,
The fact that, you know, the audacity to message me after 8 months and, like, in your head, you thought, there's a possibility that she
She's a
actually might
pushover,
decide.
yeah.
So now, because you just disrespected me and you think that I'm going to be okay with that message, then that in itself, no. He's horrible.
Mate, I'm just
Scarcity.
shocked that this guy was talking to her for the sake
She
of
should reply
marriage.
back 8 months later.
He wanted to marry. he
Reply back 8 months
he
later and then
wanted
see
to
if he's on
marry
it.
her, guys. Can we just see
Yeah.
that
Let's
this
go back,
guy
let's go back,
was
let's go
willing
back.
to move in with this woman,
100%.
or her move in with him, and thinks that this behaviour is acceptable?
Wait, has he met the parents?
Scary.
She goes,
Or was it like? Do you know what I mean?
So he's
Like,
talking.
He's
no,
like,
guys,
where's
they
your
were talking. They were
wali? Like,
talking to get married.
It's why I can't
She
tell
was
my
like, it
mum
was
until
everything.
the wedding, because I'm stressed now. Because imagine I'm talking about Hoya, like Hoya, I finally brought someone home, like we're gonna
That's
get
so
married,
true.
and now
So
the
So
hair.
mad. And then like he
Yeah.
just goes to do.
Do you know what me and
you
Harder
just
always
can't
say?
bring
yeah?
up just anyone with your parents.
There's like two types of men. I have to bring it back to the two types of men. There's the je ne sais quoi. This one
Yeah.
sounds like a je ne sais quoi.
He's giving Jenna
Je ne
a
sais
car.
quoi.
And then there's
I'll tell you
there's a good boy. A good boy would never do that. Number
No.
one, a je ne sais quoi man.
That sounds hot.
He's
though, when you say
look
that.
at
It
the way
is though.
Je ne sais quoi.
A Jenna
Look at
Sequoia
the way
man
she
is a hot one.
Look at
but
the way
he's
she
dangerous.
describes him. Just look at the description that she used to describe. This is a typical je ne sais quoi man. He like invokes, all the good emotions.
Yeah.
The
And then-
butterflies.
And then,
Yeah.
and then
You're
something-
gone. Your
too
head
good
is
to be
gone.
true.
Yeah, your head's gone, and then he's gone.
True.
You know what? She's
He's
gonna
not good
develop
for
PTSD from this.
That's
like
true.
the next
Yeah.
man that she meets, who is also
not gonna
a je ne
trust
sais
him.
quoi.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
gonna be like, guys, leave me.
No.
Gonna
Guys.
She should honestly message him back in 8 months' time. Like, let's say if she hasn't found anyone by
That's
then.
so petty.
He hasn't found. And if he's like, okay, then I think they should let it go. They should like actually just do their thing.
As a joke, just message him every
Every 8
8 months.
months.
So
Every
that-
8 months. And
Hey.
if
They
he's
might fall in love
I-
that way. Oh my god, guys, don't. That's so romantic.
I'm actually gonna write that right now as a rom-com. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
The 8
Oh
months.
my god, have you
8
seen
months.
that French movie? That French actress with Ian Hawke, and it's that movie where they meet in Paris and then they meet again in London, and it's like these two couples. It's so good.
Oh,
You
see?
watch in- you
Yeah.
watch
What's
it.
it called?
Every 8 months. It'll be
forgot.
like one day.
Forgot the
Have you watched
name.
one day?
One day.
It'll be
Yeah.
like that. As in
Yeah.
it'll be 8 months
Oh
instead
my
of one
God,
day.
one day made me
They meet
cry.
up every 8 months.
You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
Sunrise, sunset.
One day the
Sunrise,
film.
sunset.
So
I have to
fucking
add
good.
that.
That's like
caveat,
my
not the-
dream
not
love
the
story.
series.
Yeah. You know that question you were asking about, like, oh, what would you make for Muslim girls? I'm a rom-com babe.
She's
I
a
would love
rom-com
a
babe.
proper.
Please.
I would love to produce.
Do you want
a-
to see my
a
book
good
list?
one for the girls.
Like,
Well, honestly,
better start.
I'm the
'Cause we're
biggest
starving.
rom-com like
Can I give you a
person ever.
Love
Last
it.
night I watched The Duff. The Duff,
Oh,
and I've seen it
classic.
14 times.
The classic.
That is a classic. That is a classic.
What's your favourite trope? Mine's just changed recently.
I hate
Don't
friends.
judge
I
me.
hate friends to lovers.
Me too. I don't
Thank
like it. Well,
you.
my friends to
I
lovers
don't- I
is
don't like
bottom
friends to
tier.
lovers.
If you do
Thank
fall, it's
you.
bottom tier.
Yeah,
Thing is,
those
I
are
like
so
it as
real.
well.
I like
No.
it. Thank you.
No, because
Thank you,
well, if your friends like you
Validation.
have ulterior
It's so
motives,
basic. I just
What's
like,
ulterior motive?
in my head, I feel like
feelings can creep up. You can just appear.
I would
No,
know
I'm so
straight
enemy-
away if I
enemies to
fancy
lovers is
someone.
like-
Yeah, I think that's the
I
ideal.
like-
It's
yeah,
enemies,
enemies to lovers,
enemies
is
to
like
friends,
the sweet spot.
to lovers.
Yeah.
I mean,
No enemies to
No
lovers.
enemies to lovers.
Straight
We
to
don't
it.
want friends.
Straight to
But
it.
where would the respect come in? And
we
like,
respect. We were jealous.
But wait, suddenly you're actually kind of cute. Like, what's happening over here? Like, enemies to lovers. I feel like
Oh my
friends to lovers, you
God.
can't. For me, I feel like I know straight away if I fancy someone. So I feel like with guys as well, like they will be friends with someone just to get with them.
yeah, that's,
Yeah.
That's why I
bad.
don't like. So if
That's
you have
bad.
ulterior motives, just like say
But
you
I
like
like
them.
it when the guy realizes
Yeah.
that
It's
he
giving
likes,
like Colin
that
and
he likes
on the Penny. Like, I don't
yeah.
like
Just
it.
I
has
don't
that
like
moment.
it.
It's like,
This is the one.
this is the one.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I want like if you think first season of Bridgerton,
Yeah.
what was that? Enemies to
Oh.
lovers.
That was enemies to
That was
lovers.
enemies
Yeah.
to lovers, yeah.
I don't think it was done.
It
that
wasn't
well,
done well.
but it was.
she,
it
you
was
know
fun
what?
though.
She was besotted with
She
him
was a
from
bit.
the jump.
Yeah.
She was a bit
Every
passive.
single woman that watched when Simon came in the room was like, it was a jaw-dropping moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I know
Renee's
she
got that.
felt that way. So it was not
He's a baddie.
necessarily.
There was a
enemies to
scene where they're
lovers.
like at the
She's like in bloom.
Yeah, she was gassed
Like,
over him. She was
seriously,
more
in
into
bloom.
him than he was to her at the
Yeah.
beginning. But there's this scene where, oh my god,
Bloom
the
is
slanting when she's
crazy.
in bloom. that really got to me. The
In
mum.
bloom is crazy.
She was like, I'm in blue.
She was in bloom. Oh, we were all in bloom when we saw Simon.
Yeah.
Oh, Simon, mashallah.
But
Anyway.
season 2 was iconic.
Oh yeah.
You're
but
the bane of
that
my
was
existence.
that was enemies to
Oh
lovers.
my-
Yeah, but you were the
See-
object of my desires. That was like,
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
so
put it
sorry, but
badly.
how can a
you
man
literally-
act that way? Like,
No one can beat Anthony and
No, they can't ever
Kate.
beat her.
Kate.
Kathani.
Kathani. Yes,
Kathani,
got to
yeah.
say
No one
her
can beat
ethnic name.
those two's chemistry. Like, it was insane.
It was
You're the
insane.
bane.
I feel
And the
hot
way they
tonight.
screwed each,
Wallahi,
they
I felt
screwing
hot.
each other,
The way-
always kissing their teeth.
How can you
Yeah.
say Enemies to
Yeah.
Lovers is not the number one show?
Enemies to lovers is number one. I'm
Enemies
so
to
sorry.
Lovers is the number one show.
Recent one that I got into. People might judge me for this is age gap.
Age gap. Okay.
Oh wait, you like younger
Let's let
boys
you land.
too.
No. They're the opposite way. Ew.
I'm so tired of old men, young women.
I love that. I don't know why. I just read a book
Wait,
recently. It
Stella,
was so good.
Stella, get your groove back. Is it Stella?
Stella got her groove
got her
back.
groove back. She's older than
Yeah.
Ty Diggins.
Oh,
no,
no,
there's
I'm
this
so
one.
fine with anyone but
oh my
you.
god, there's this one classic film with a younger guy and an older woman, and it was so good, and he was really, mashallah. Why don't I know the name?
Who
Is
was
it the
in
Amazon
it?
Prime one? No, it's not. That's
No,
recent.
he the guy that's okay. Help me.
Who's
We're
in
gonna
it?
get this.
The blonde actress.
I don't remember. I remember the guy. The guy is in Gossip Girl, and he used to
Chuck
date
Bass.
Serena once.
Chuck Bass. No,
It wasn't Chuck.
Dan.
He used to date Serena.
Nate.
No. He wasn't main cast. He was like side cast, but he used to date Serena, and then he stole money. He was gambling, and then Chuck.
Isn't it Uma Thurman who's the
No,
opposite?
is that him?
I don't think it's
No,
him.
I got the face wrong. Let's start this game again.
Okay.
Let's start. No,
I'm like,
wallahi,
say how
I'm
we find it for
gonna.
us.
How
So
much
it's
have
an
you got?
older woman, younger man.
Yeah, and it was.
Who's
this,
the
I'm
woman?
gonna watch this show out the film tonight.
No,
You'll
actually
get
send it to me. 'Cause I
Who's
want
the
to watch that.
woman?
I don't remember. She was like nothing to me. I don't. She's not in my brain
She's
right now.
She's not. She means
I
nothing
just
to me.
remember him being
She's a
really.
nobody.
I was like, wow, and he was younger. Okay, wait,
Oh, okay.
guys, someone Google it.
Set in New York, right?
Yes.
I know which one you're talking about.
Wallahi, guys, we are all gonna watch this movie
I need to
tonight.
watch it.
Yeah.
And he's not an A-lister, but he's
No,
up
they
there.
don't end up together in the end.
No, they don't. Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
I know. This is irritating me now.
That was
And
the
he's
best.
married to a lady that looks like Gemma Chan.
Yes.
Yes. But I
Come
forgot
on,
his name.
come on. We can do this. We can do this.
I'll find it.
It's happening.
We can do
Brian
this.
Greenberg. I think that's his name.
Let's
Yeah.
let's see his face.
Wait, Brian.
Wallahi. You lot need to watch this tonight.
Yes, is that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go
Find
on
the
his
movie
go on
now.
his
I'll
movies.
find, wait, put on the movie section. I'll find
What's his name? I'm gonna be really sad if you lot think this movie's mid.
I haven't
We'll
I
watch
haven't
it.
watched it. I don't
Haven't
think
watched
so.
it.
What's it
I'm
called?
gonna be really affected by it.
Let's watch the challenges. talking about
No,
Thursday.
I
Challenge
really
is so
watch
good.
it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
waiting
really
until
good.
I can watch it on my phone.
I feel like it's going to come on
No,
Amazon
don't
Prime
judge me.
soon.
I know
It
you're a
is on
filmmaker.
Amazon Prime soon.
It's fine.
Don't judge me.
Have you guys seen Inside Out too? Apparently people are
No.
boycotting Inside Out.
No.
Wait, what?
But apparently it's about anxiety and stuff.
Yeah,
Wait,
there's
why
new
boycott Inside
emotions.
Out?
There's new emotions. There's anxiety. There's embarrassment, and people are boycotting supposedly because obviously Disney.
Oh yeah.
Rocks.
Oh,
Rocks is really
I loved
good.
Rock.
Seeing that in cinema, I was literally close to
So
tears.
good.
Like seeing a
Yeah.
Somali house and like seeing like
Oh yeah, like that's a
three.
film that made me. I was
Insane.
shocked when I saw a Somali house.
Because it was
in that film.
authentic and it was so good. Yeah, Rocks defo.
Rocks.
That made me feel some type of
And it's
way.
girls that you met in school, like you met the girls in Rocks before, like that.
Yeah.
That was a
It
different.
was
feeling.
very familiar.
It felt so familiar.
Yeah.
Wow.
My top 3. My number 1 is Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas.
Oh, of course.
That is-
You're such a film bro.
You're
You're such
already
a
giving
film
me
bro.
loads of film critiques.
Yeah.
She's
No,
such
I
a-
feel awkward saying
She's
mine
such
now.
a film bro.
I was gonna say something
I'm
dumb, like
I love it because it's so like Martin is so honest about how men are. Like men don't care about women; they're actually trash, and I love that.
Yeah. It's honesty.
Yeah, the honesty of
We
how
do
he
that on
depicts
this
them.
podcast.
So yeah,
High five, Cotton. We're Martins.
five.
We're little Martins.
little Martins. But yeah, what's yours?
Oh, don't judge me.
No, there's no
I feel
judgment
like
here.
film critic here. I'm joking.
No.
Mine, a movie that really captured me, and I watched this at Cultor's house. All my core memories at Cultor's house was the Memoirs of a Geisha. That fucking got me. That was so sorry.
I read the book. I have
That
the
shit
book
is
to
so
this
good.
day.
When did you
It's
watch
such a
it?
good-
I watched it when I was little. I was like
Yeah.
14 maybe. And I watched it recently and I still loved it.
Oh.
It was a little bit like,
It's a bit white saviour, isn't
a
it?
bit white saviour, but I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
But I think they were trying to battle it a little bit.
To be fair, Freedom Writers was one of my favorite, and then I rewatched it when I was older, and I was like, "Wait, this is insane."
Yeah, it was
Skip it.
mad.
Coach Carter, no, Coach Carter's better,
Insane.
but Freedom Writers was insane because she was like, "Stand in the line if you come from a single parent household."
I know.
Yeah, cross the line if you are a victim of gun violence. And I was watching it. She's out here going to school trying to save these kids, and I was like, I found out she was
It's going to be
actually Hispanic.
90% of us.
She
What
wasn't
are you
even
gonna do? How are you
white.
going to save us?
I feel like there are so many teachers that became teachers because of that film.
They watched that film. They're like, send me to inner city schools.
They'll go to like
I
some
would
school
change
in Harrow and be like, who's a single?
Yeah.
Who has universal credit?
Yeah. Stand in the line for your parents are universal credit. Stand in the line.
Oh my god! Who lives in a block? Who has to press a button to get into their house?
Whose lift is broken and has to take the steps?
And there's so many white
lives in
teachers
the
I met in
States?
school who are like,
Just
I'm
got
here
put
because
in the
of you.
toilet.
I'm like, here because of me. Like, what
Yeah.
do you mean? Like, well, I'm trying to make your life better. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
I went to
like,
Kola and because like it's in Bermondsey and it's like a very like working class area, so like it's white and black working class. It's very poor. I remember we'll get ready to go uni and they'll be like, Raha, you're poor. And I'm like, why are you sending me, bro? I already know.
I already know my bank account. Thank you.
When we do, yeah,
Who
make
said
sure
that
you
to
mention
you?
that when you do your UCAS. You're in a working class area and a poor area.
And I'm gonna like talk about your underprivileged.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into uni, girl.
I love
It
that.
worked.
I
it
ate that up.
works.
Everything.
It
I was like, in 1997, my parents got it in. Like, everything was in there.
My mum caught a boat even though she was on a plane.
Exactly.
Like, when I was going to I remember at one point we kept going to different temporary accommodations, and legally like you're homeless, but a lot of people
Yeah.
think when you're homeless you need to be out on the streets.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you don't have like stable housing, you're homeless.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
And I remember at the time I was just confused. I was like, "Miss, I'm homeless," and there was one white teacher who was very much like that teacher Freedom Writers. She was
Sorry.
like, Sabrina.
Sharina.
I was like, "Miss, I'm currently homeless. I moved to Wembley. Now I'm going here." She's like, "So where are you gonna go tomorrow?" I was like, "We're gonna have to go to the council." And like me and everyone in my friendship group, we've all experienced temporary housing. Like it's such
Yeah.
a go to the
It's
council.
so normal.
It's so, but for these teachers, they were like,
Shocked.
"Oh my goodness!" And I was like,
You're not going to be in the same address?
So like, so what are you gonna be? I was like, I don't know. We're just gonna take our suitcases. We're just gonna figure it out.
chill
Sabrina,
at
don't
the
worry
council.
about the assignment. And I was literally eating it up. I was like,
They
all of them.
they don't know about taking your suitcases to the council
They don't know.
building
Oh my
and
God, to the
waiting
Home Office
Yeah.
building.
to the borough building, be like, "House me now."
Yeah.
They don't know about that struggle.
They don't.
It actually does. You know, you gotta wait.
doesn't
They
work.
make
No,
you wait
it doesn't
3
work. It
days.
doesn't work
It doesn't
anymore.
work anymore.
Since the Tories came in, it doesn't work.
Call them, just gonna turn up and
They take you to DMB now.
They just take you somewhere.
Take your suitcases
Well,
and leave the
no,
premises,
mums
or
used-
else we'll call security.
Literally, mums used to stay with their 4 kids, the pushchair, the suitcases.
Do you know what's mad, guys? Remember there was on Channel 4, there just used to be like so many TV shows just like glorifying
Oh
poverty.
my god.
Yeah.
It was mad.
They demonising it.
really took advantage sort of a lot of people. I remember it was like council estate or council this like, and it was to make a lot of like rich middle class people pissed off at us.
Yeah.
And it was done in such a way we're like, we're here to like
Benefit Street.
No, it wasn't.
Shall I
It
give
was
you the best
Benefit
show?
Street was the worst.
Oh,
What
I
they
don't
did.
even remember that. Was that on Channel 4?
Yeah, it was on like
So
9 p.m.
bad.
Channel 4.
Yeah.
It was literally just to like basically make people hate us.
It was so bad.
There was an article about a woman who would like going on trips to Dubai, doing all this because she had like 6 kids on, and she was on benefits.
Yeah.
The comment sections, woo,
I mean,
it's crazy.
But the thing is, they
She
want us
found
to
a way.
like live in our trauma.
why
Like
blame her?
yeah,
She's got a
it's
cheat
my
code.
fault, yeah.
it's so bad. Like even when I speak to like with me, like just slowly to go back and write. Like I would never. I've made a point. Like I'm never ever. I don't ever want to write about trauma. And like as me as a person, like because a lot of the stuff that I dealt with, like even when I am speaking to people, I'm like, oh, like maybe she's home. So like, okay, let's touch on that. But I'm like, the way we dealt with it, it just happens. Like even we used to stay at hotels or Airbnbs, it was like my mum would still put on Somali curtain because we take a lot of pride in like the
that
way our
wallahi.
thing is because we're so
The
prideful.
carpet and the
Carpet.
carpet will always be
Make
there.
sure you have your shirt
100%.
ironed. But a lot of these people,
Unsiga.
they want us to
The
like
children are always
sit in it.
creamed, moisturized.
Literally,
10-10.
Like you wouldn't even
Hair
tell.
done, braided.
Yeah.
Literally.
I didn't even clock that I was working class until I went to uni.
Same.
Yeah, because I was surrounded by other people, other
Yeah.
Somalis.
Look like
my mum
me,
made sure I ate
yeah.
all the time. So I thought that's the
Exactly.
metric. I was like, I'm eating.
Because
Alhamdulillah.
it's normal for us, but for them, they genuinely see it like, how can we like, because I'd love to like even have a storyline or someone like, maybe she's at a temporary accommodation, maybe like there's something going where you could tell like her living situation is not as great, but I don't want to make a comment on it. Like she just happens to live there and like maybe her main concern is trying to go to the fun fair that summer or whatever. But I think for a lot of people, they're very much like, oh my goodness, what? Explain more, tell us. And I'm like, I'm not gonna
do
need
that.
Like,
I'm not
Explain
pandering
it
to
to
this.
you. That's
Yeah.
long. There's
Yeah.
other aspects
even
to my personality.
Dugzi days, Duck and Ellis, like there was people coming up to us after the show and they're like, can you write down what this Duck and Ellis is? And I was like, I've sent my community back. What have I done? Because like a little 5-minute snippet and they're like, we want to know more. And I'm like, I'm not going to touch into it more because that's all you're going to get. And like, this is a comedy.
I'm not gonna lie
It is.
though. Like growing up now, I would do Duck and Alice with my kids. I wouldn't just send
Yeah, I
them.
respect that more.
Yeah.
But I would do it with them. Like a year, we go abroad to Somalia, just chill, we learn
I think
together.
some
Yeah,
parents
my
do
brother
that.
did that.
Yeah, like
he went to Kenya for a year. He loved it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I love that.
what makes? But can I tell you a show that I really enjoy till this day? Wife Swap.
I
Yeah.
love, they need to bring it back.
Wife Swap
Wife
now
Swap.
would bang
Crazy.
crazy.
It'll be
need to
crazy. Bring that back.
Wife Swap between political thingies would bang like
The
a
American ones hit
Reformer
more.
UK.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the
Oh my
Americans are
gosh.
hit. I'm so sorry. Wife
Did
Swap
anyone
bangs
watch
for me.
Trini and Susanna growing up?
Are they the ones that used to fix the house?
Oh yeah, yeah. No.
They used to basically do a makeover for people.
Makeovers, yeah.
Yeah.
And it
I
was
remember
such
that,
a
but I don't
thing.
remember it.
Oh my god, like I would love to bring that back because
Was it
it
like
was
Frog
so.
by
When I
Void?
tell you, it was so wild. They'll literally be like, "You're fat. You should like don't wear horizontal stripes. Wear vertical." And I used to eat it up as a kid.
I saw that Raha.
I
I
would
did
love to
see
see that
that.
back. I would love that back.
Green does not suit you.
Red,
You're wide.
Yeah, green and blue
Yeah.
should never. What was it? Blue and green should never be seen.
Yeah, she's like cleavage and legs, honey. No, pick one. And like I used
I
to be there.
remember
Like,
that.
it was so entertaining, but
that.
that can never happen again. But I would love to see it again.
Politically correct now. What show did I like? I really like Grand Designs as well.
Extreme Makeover.
Oh, the world's strictest parents.
Is it Extreme
Makeover?
Makeover?
I
The
used to
one
watch
where
it,
that robot thing.
What?
Do you know what
That
I'm
was on
talking
BBC
about?
Mario
Three.
Boy.
Slog
Mario
Master
Boy.
Extreme
That-
Makeover is like they're doing houses and
That
stuff.
banged
Slog
late
Master was
night.
so good. I used to love
It's
that.
I used
so
to love
weird
that
'cause
as
their
well.
partners would be like, Loki, I want to avoid her. Can you like change her? And then when she has a makeover, it's like, yeah, I'll snug
Yeah,
her. I'll
I
marry
like
her.
it that.
Well, that's
Like,
so
I'll
true.
wife that.
How are the boyfriends so rude? They're like, you felt this way about me for so long. Like, that was
It's the
Well,
way they used
British
to move
TV
the
bang.
makeup like on screen, and it
Yeah,
was
and
just
they're
like, lame.
And it'd be a little machine gun.
And they would literally have people on the street. Be
Yeah,
like, would you
break
marry
them.
her? And be like, yeah,
No,
I'll marry
I
her.
know.
It used to be so wild.
This would bang now. I'm
No,
telling you.
100%.
On
I think we're
YouTube.
missing it. We're
can't
dying.
Because
do
what
it.
is
missing.
like Watershed? Because everything after Watershed apparently changed.
Is that not swearing?
Is it? It's like
I know what it is.
So like something happened, like let's say 10 years ago in TV, and that's
I
when
think
they
someone got extremely cancelled, maybe.
Maybe. Like,
Oh.
also like,
and they always say like
Little
post
Britain,
Watershed.
they got rid of Little
Is it
Britain as well.
Watershed?
I thought it was like Watershed's like after
After a
shows
certain
that can
time.
swear, like have
Yeah.
adult content maybe.
that's what I.
Or was it like pre-Watershed?
I don't
They
know.
always use that as a reference to like when things shifted in television. And I thought, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the 5 channels used to bang for me
Used
back
to
in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus
not
BBC,
anymore.
BBC, what was it?
BBC 3. Oh, that was
Little
so good.
Britain as well.
that
I
was
enjoyed
My
Little
mum ate up
Britain
Little
so
Britain
much.
lots of the time.
I can just imagine your mum watching
Even
it.
when they were making fun of like people like of how, like whether they were Muslims, like she was like, I can't help but like laugh at this because it was something where everyone got it in Little Britain. Like they were coming for every single person.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's
Oh my
true.
god, Gokwan's show
Yeah.
I
when he
remember.
like made people go like just walk the runway naked and everyone's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
laughing. Like it was so dystopian when you think about it.
No,
like
it's so dystopian.
everyone's like yes, and she's like looking like naked.
Channel 4 had the most inappropriate shows.
It still does.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
He never
Britain's
got him
Fattest
Hello
Family.
Channel
4,
Tell little
Channel
7-year-old.
Have you guys
boy.
seen Naked Attraction on
Yeah.
Channel 4? It's so bad. It's just a bunch of
Attraction are trying to
actual
do what they used to
naked
do.
people, guys.
Yeah.
And they like zoom in on people's
Private
Problems.
part.
Yeah, private
areas.
parts,
I was gonna
yeah.
it's just disgusting.
Was it the one with the doctor and like they'll be like, oh my god, I have like a
Gonorrhea.
massive zit
No, it's
or
not
gonorrhea,
that.
and then
Oh,
like
yeah.
That's not that one,
That's
but I
not that
remember
one.
that one.
yeah,
And it was they used to have like this van and random people would just
Oh
come on.
my
I'm like, I've got a
gosh.
wart on my testicles.
Oh my god, I remember that.
and you see the wart.
You see that?
That was so
the first
gross.
time I ever saw visual.
Yeah,
what the hell?
that was so gross.
Yeah. Okay.
Like yeah, or like
Anyway,
woman had like a massive
guys,
lump in her armpit.
Sorry to just cut. We have to go
Of
back to the
course.
scenario, didn't we?
What's our
Guys,
advice to our girl?
I'm gonna let Sabrina and Raha take the lead on this one. What is the advice?
My advice, what I will do, I'm gonna air it, honestly. Get back to him in 8 months' time. Because, like, let's say he actually, like, if they hit it off and they were both, like, good for each other, and if you haven't found anyone by then, like, see how he responds.
She said air it for 8
Months.
further months.
And
petty.
then if he
8 additional months.
If he messages her back and he's like, you know what, I respect it, like, then something could happen from it. But, yeah, 8 months and get back to him.
Raha, what about you?
For me, I would say this is not on. Explain to him this is like hella rude to like message me 8 months and decide for me all the like, you know what I mean? And then also, you know, let them know like, hey, you can improve your communications for the future person because
Yeah.
that's not
It's not-
me.
It's not.
That ain't me. I'll
I
move
love
on.
it.
Sending him, like, a better help link.
8 months is too wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's going on?
With me, I'm currently writing.
Are we allowed? Are you guys allowed to tell
I think
her?
I am.
Yeah.
I think, because to be fair, mine's on, like, you can find out on, like,
Social.
Yeah, not so, yeah. You can find out if you search.
In
But
the
I'm
link tree.
currently developing Dugzi for a TV show.
Yeah.
We got our very own.
Congratulations,
Gonna be
that's
on
incredible.
TV.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, may Allah make it easy for you guys.
I'm writing it at the moment, but inshallah we get a green light to put it in production. So that will be the next stage.
How will it work? You got to do the pilot first.
So first I get development, so I write the pilot,
Yeah.
and then after you film the pilot, and then it's production after. So it's like 2 stages almost.
Wow.
So inshallah, like
Inshallah.
I've got
It's gonna work out,
Inshallah,
guys. I
inshallah.
believe in you.
Honestly, please let me see the show because
Yeah.
I'm dying for it to be on the big screen.
Of course. And you guys will
100%.
audition for it, like
Yeah.
I mean, if we can have little
You guys
side
be
roles,
extras.
we'd love to be.
Oh my
I'd be
gosh.
I'd be the
Or like the
auntie
main
because I
character.
speak good Somali.
actors, whatever you want to be.
Anything you want.
I'd be
do
a
you know what
side
I mean?
character.
Even like one of the
How
main
many-
characters audition.
Cappuccino. Cappuccino. Cafe latte.
That is so
That's what I
good.
need to do.
You guys can do it. You
No,
guys,
1000%.
I think
No,
you guys
we're
can
lit.
act.
What are you talking about? You need to look at our CV
Dynamic
on
duo.
TikTok.
100%.
Guys, me and Hod have done scenes in
Mean
the-
Girls.
Mean Girls.
Really?
We've done the Hell.
We've done the
The help. Which scene? Eat my shit.
the
Eat my
party.
shit.
Eat my shit.
That took. I said filmmaking is hard because that took us ages to do the shots.
We've also done a Vampire Diaries scene.
Oh my god, our Vampire Diary scene
I
was
love
my
that one.
favourite
Which
one.
one?
When Elena and Damon
Oh
are
my
arguing.
gosh, how did they go again? I forgot.
How did it go?
That's our CV. I
I can't
forgot.
remember.
I forgot.
Oh, it's
Because
It's on
I've
here
got it in
though.
my draft.
It's in
so I've
our
done
CV.
it.
It's in our CV,
yeah, yeah,
guys.
don't worry. We're gonna send this.
We're gonna send this
Exactly,
to
you
you.
guys can-
We'll send the links.
Send
Yeah,
them
yeah. You guys
Please
get a
click
good
here.
role.
Hyperlink.
Okay.
But guys, I just want to say I'm really proud of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side I've got projects as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh,
Side Eye
please
has
tell
Yeah,
us.
come
projects.
on, Raha, come and
So
speak up.
yes, I will.
joking.
Basically, we're gonna have an event on the 11th of July, which is a scratch night with Side Eye. So it will be people that are doing monologues of like their like new writing, their plays. So you guys will get like snippets of that. Also, inshallah, we're gonna have some poetry.
Tickets?
There is tickets. Gonna release it very soon. You guys are 100% coming.
Inshallah.
11th of July. And then also Suhair is producing a play which is going to be for Somali Week Festival, and it's new writing as well by Bilan.
Phenomenal writer.
She's a phenomenal writer, and so we have new work in the pipeline, and hopefully bring Desperate Times, another play that we did for Somali Week Festival last year.
Just booked and busy.
We're going to go on tour in 31st of October to like end of November, going to different regions, not country.
Soon come country.
Inshallah.
Don't worry.
Definitely like regions. So we'll be like in Liverpool, in Manchester, Birmingham, Bristol and Sheffield. So
Yes.
so
guys,
we're
we
like
love
doing
that.
different things.
Wait,
Definitely.
To the audience in Liverpool, Birmingham,
Manchester.
Sheffield.
not Manchester.
Take out Manchester.
Yeah.
Make
You better
sure
come.
you cop those tickets.
Definitely.
Cop it.
My last request. Okay, as a 30-year-old, just started. I'm in the bridge of basically ending 29, 30. Actually, I'm 30, but whatever. Can you make a
No,
video?
you're 30.
Well, I am 30. It's so sad. I'm
It's
going to
okay,
be 31
embrace
in
it.
like
Embrace it,
5
yeah.
months. Anyway, can we get a play in the future about like girls transitioning from their 20s into their 30s? Because no one addresses us. We are the forgotten.
You know, our coming of age is
Millennials.
now. Like I see, every person of color, like all of these Hollywood films, like they think coming of age is when you're 17. Like,
No,
I know my coming of
you
age
don't know
now.
nothing.
I'm broke.
This is my coming of age now.
My coming of age is when the frontal
17.
lobe
I don't
is
know
developed.
nothing.
Our coming of age is our late 20s.
100%.
So we want.
Issa
we
Rae
wanna
says that as
see-
well. Like she does a phenomenal job of like writing girls in their late 20s.
Also, if you feel really passionate, you can write it. and
Why
we
don't
can-
you do
we
it?
can-
Oh my
I'm not very good at
Why don't
writing.
you
We can produce it. We'll produce
your
it.
own story?
Ooh, okay, shall I?
Yeah, I think you can do it, and then we'll produce it.
Oh my god, guys, look at me.
You can definitely do
We got
it.
producers. Let's go. I'll write you. I'll send you my notes. But yeah, I just think we're always. I feel like.
How do you
It's
write?
such a
How do
funny
you write
group.
a story? Like, do you do it in script format?
In script form, I think. Yeah.
Harder,
Yeah. It's easy. At first,
Yeah.
it looks so
Wind,
stressful.
wind gushing in the background.
Literally.
Act one, scene one.
Harlot takes off her
Literally.
hijab. Identity broken. I'm joking.
No, fam, she's a writer. I don't know
Yeah.
why she's actually she's written
a writer.
scripts before.
Yeah,
Like,
you've written
she's like,
something
she's
before.
you have
Yeah,
scripts.
like you're new here, but you're not.
gassing me.
How
I
did
love
you just
this.
say every single like scene heading, action thing, control, like parental?
This is our dream. I'm telling
This is
you.
your bag, guys.
writer.
We
Oh
went
my
to
God.
Brit school. You don't know us.
No, honestly, I swear to God, like during COVID, I swear to God, I had the idea of like doing a, like a writer's room.
Oh my gosh!
Going to a writer's room, basically producing the script. You know, like Netflix do these.
Yeah.
I googled it and everything. I said, guys, we're going to be on the big screen. I tried to get my sister to.
She was like, no.
She wasn't on it, and I was like, I can't do this by myself because she's the brain, and I'm the talent.
You're the talent. Don't kill me.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Wait, I
that
believe in
Netflix
you, Cotton. You
was
can
it,
do it.
Was it the Netflix competition?
Yeah, there was. It was like,
know
did
that,
you do that too?
I submitted for it as well. I didn't get
my
it either.
God.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, Cotton, I believe in you. You got this.
Oh my goodness! You should definitely go into like writing as well. Then.
No, I need help though, guys. Like honestly, I can't
yeah.
do this by myself. I'm
Cotton
gonna
can
need the
actually
production
write.
team.
Yeah, like even with like Sabrina's script, it was like a team that
Exactly.
helped develop
You have
it.
producers, directors,
Yeah,
like you find
we're
people
all
collaborate
we
with.
all collaborate, we all do it together. So it's not like a
No, I
solo
love that.
venture.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
You can
you
do
know
it,
what?
Cotton,
I
I
really
believe in you.
enjoyed things like those. You know those books? What are they called? Inspector Calls.
Oh,
I thought you were going to say Keisha the
We
Scat.
weren't
I
expecting
thought you
that.
said Keisha the Scat.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to
I
say
watched
We
Keisha.
weren't
I
expecting what
I
you were
read
gonna
that
say.
too.
That's PTSD.
Yeah.
That's actually mad. You know that I read that when it came out on Facebook. That's how old I
Same.
am.
I read that on when I was in school as well.
I read it in school as well.
on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think I read it like after
Yeah.
because my sister, she was like, she used to watch it with like talk about it with her friends and stuff, and I was like trying to like read it as well. And she was like, "What are you doing?" She grabbed it from me, so I had to wait when she was not around so I could just do it.
You know the men in that story had very Spanish names like Rafael.
Oh yeah, they did.
Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Like,
I think because back in the days they had a little bit of sauce in it.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
Latin,
it's probably a
in the
mix of those guy
country.
with green eyes. Like,
but now everyone's
Yeah.
called
Lorenzo.
Jaden or
Yeah.
Apple or Pear.
pear,
Jude.
Yeah.
Seduction, like just random stupid names. Seduction. I would tell you that there's probably someone called Seduce.
Probably.
Probably.
Anyway, guys, is there anything else we're forgetting?
No.
Your socials, How can the girls find
Yeah,
you?
so if you follow us at Side Eye Prods, that's where we upload and post like things that we're gonna do. That's probably where the ticket link's gonna be as well. And yeah, Sabrina, what about you?
Mine is free.
Just talk to the agent.
SA free.
What's my agent?
RI free A. That's my Instagram. But
Yeah.
if you want to work with me, or
Say that again because I was talking.
If you want to work with me or like want to reach out, like definitely DM me.
Yeah.
Message my agent.
Yeah. Also, like, feel free to send us an email as well.
Yeah.
sideeyeproductions@gmail.com. If any ideas, any scripts, anything like that, we're always
Everyone's gonna
open
send
to like. Yeah, like
You're
we're happy to
definitely
give
gonna say
notes.
something. We're gonna hold you
We
accountable.
are.
We need a
We're
side
next
eye
to you.
room.
We need a
Yeah.
side eye writers room. Invite everyone. Anyway, guys, that is the end of our episode. Colton, do you want to end it off today?
Thank you so much for listening to the Oversharers podcast. Don't forget to download the episode, leave a review.
Oh my God, guys!
Sign
Can
up
I
to
just
the
pause?
Patreon.
Can I just say, guys? Yeah, there's one person that wrote said we're allowed on the reviews.
You said
and I need
this one
someone
last
else to
week.
comment on
You said
that
this last
thing.
week. You said this
I'm
last
trying
week.
to get no. I need someone to
Guys,
comment.
make sure you write good reviews about us. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.